What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Dropping Knowledge Podcast. I'm your host, Talon Sai, and today I'm joined with JF and Rhodes. Once again, I don't even know why I have to keep introducing you guys. You've been here, except for JF. What's Gucci?
Bro, I missed one.
Just a little behind the curtain action. JF was just rubbing his nips real hard while we had to be quiet.
Rubbing your nips for the intro?
Yeah, like the guy in Waterboy, the coach that speaks in Cajun. That's what he was doing.
Because I got the chills, and then my nips got so hard, so I wanted to feel how pointy they were.
Like glass cutters?
Yeah, his right one's pierced. Just the right one, though.
It's like the South Park episode where the Comcast guy, he rips down his like suit, and he has his nipples out underneath his shirt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, you can't get any other service? Oh, tell us how much that sucks. Just rubbing his nipples.
So I like to rub my nipples,
Yo,
right?
Speaking of Comcast, I just passive-aggressively tweeted at them. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Did they respond?
It's one of my favorite pastimes. Yeah, they did.
You get an answer quicker, I think, through that than like if you actually called Comcast and went like, here's my account number, like.
It's always a bullshit response to like cable companies, Verizon, Comcast, and then like airlines. It's like, yo, this fucking sucks about your service, blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, please tell us more and DM us. And then they'll put like hashtag and then their name.
They DM me, they're like my name, account number, address, all kind like
social.
Because okay, so again, behind the curtain, why I'm so down in the dumps today. My soccer team lost a big time match tonight, and it was on FS2, Fox Sports 2. Well, in our area, we only get Fox Sports 1. Even though I pay for the sports package, should be able to get it, but they don't even offer it. So I tweeted at them when I was searching for it on my cable box that it's not there. I'm like, why not though? And then they send that back to me. So I'm going to like just go back and forth with them tonight. That's going to be.
That's why you're so upset and down in the dumps?
My soccer team lost. Dude, I'm emotionally invested. I've watched literally every.
You are. Every tweet, everything you post on Facebook is all soccer or football, I should say.
Football.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I was on the phone with Comcast and they sent me to the attitude adjustment department?
What?
Yeah, so
I lost my shit.
This was like 2 months ago maybe, and I was calling Comcast because we had a business commercial account at one of our warehouses, and we wanted to switch it to residential because it wasn't being used as a warehouse anymore. And we weren't doing business out of there, but we needed internet because we have Wi-Fi locks on all the doors.
Mm-hmm.
So
La-ti-da.
So I call and I give them the account number. I give them what I'm trying to accomplish. And they're like, well, you got to go through a couple different steps to do this. So long story short, I kept getting passed around from department to department to department. And finally, I was with the last guy, and he goes, well, I'm going to transfer you to, and whatever the department was he was about to say, I cut him off. And I said, look, we'll say Joe is his name for the sake of the example. I said, Joe, if you're going to transfer me, I need you to transfer me to somebody who can answer my questions and accomplish what it is I'm trying to accomplish, not another department. Yeah. Don't pass me off. And he responds back and goes, no problem, Mr. Franklin. I'm going to transfer you to the attitude adjustment department, and transferred me right away. So this girl answers, and she's like, she says something. She's nice. I forget whatever her name was, and this is whatever department. And I like kind of giggled, and I go, are you in the attitude adjustment department? And she goes, what? I'm like, well, the guy I was just talking to on the phone told me he was sending me to the attitude adjustment department. And I'm just wondering if that's where I'm at now.
I'd have found out. I asked what office they're at. I'd have been out for blood. I'd have been slashing that dude's tires.
She starts laughing her ass off. And she's like, I've never heard that one, but that's pretty messed up. And she was nice.
Like, I want $50 off my bill every month.
Yeah, so dude, fuck that guy. That's how you lose a job for sure.
She was very helpful, and she got done what I needed her to get done. But yeah, I got sent to the attitude adjustment department. It was awesome.
Like, I don't get mad very often, but when I'm on phone calls like that, if something like that would happen to me, just like Rhodes said, I'd be out for blood, dude. That would piss me off so hard. Oh man.
And it wasn't like I was on this was like a 30-minute like adventure. I was literally on, like, when I got transferred to the adjustment department, I was on the phone for an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes at that point. Like on hold, waiting, getting transferred, like.
Dude, and that's like this is like, I guess, one of the most relatable things we talk about. Like, dude, Comcast and any cable company in general just drives you nuts.
Well,
like,
Comcast has a retention department.
But like, I pay like $210 a month.
Oh my God, dude!
Don't get me wrong.
He's got the Fire with
I got every channel they offer,
except FS2,
which they don't offer. But I get every channel that is available to get. I got the Brazzers in 4K Wi-Fi anywhere in the house. I got the so I mean, I get it. I get a lot of shit, but it's also like I put that much money down a month, and you still want to have a fucking attitude back to me, customer service wise. Like, it just, that is one thing. If I have to call them and sit on the phone, like,
sucked.
Oh my God, it takes everything in me not to lose my mind.
That does suck. I don't pay near that. Like down here, I'm stuck with one person. It's like Atlantic Broadband or something, but I pay like $50 a month for just fast internet, and then that's it. I hate Comcast so much.
When I move, I think I'm just gonna pay for really fast Wi-Fi and then get one of those like online TV things that's like $20 a month for some bullshit channels or whatever.
I don't even like watch cable.
I only watch sports. That's all I watch. Like that on TV. Like I'll watch everything else on Netflix or on demand or whatever the fuck.
The only time I turn on the cable, like to actually watch the TV, is if, well, now because I watch the show Billions, that's back on, so I go on demand to watch that. And Silicon Valley.
Yo, so not to abruptly segue, but what you're talking about Comcast, you get pissed, and like I was thinking today in the car, right? All this is usually me complaining about shit.
Because you are the one that openly complains about
I'm the
shit.
One that gets mad, dude. What gets you fired up? Like, what gets you going? You're always the laid back one, relatively speaking.
I actually wrote some down. So basically, if something pisses me off to like a certain point, I'll just tweet about it. Just like I bitch on Twitter all the time. Not all the time, but like
Twitter, yeah.
Not even subtweeting. Like I'll at the company or just like directly say what's going on that pissed me off. So this has happened the past two out of the 3 weekends that I've been traveling. So a couple weeks ago, I obviously flew home. St. Patrick's Day weekend, I flew to Tennessee. Last weekend, I flew to Vegas. And I don't like leaving my car at the airport just because it's cheaper to get in an Uber and go. So I tweeted about this twice now, I think. I'll drive back to my apartment, or if I'm leaving directly from work, call an Uber, get in the car. It's normally around like 3:30, sometimes as late as like 6:30. And no matter where I'm at, my apartment or work, I'm close to the airport. But every fucking time I get in the car, the driver goes, oh, the airport. Like, yeah, it's rush hour, you know? I'm like, yeah. And granted, they're not fucking speaking English either. They're like broken English, fucking Colombian or Cuban, whatever. So they're speaking Spanish.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, they're like, I'm trying to explain. All right, just let me continue. So they're like, yeah, you know.
I'm thinking of what we just talked about.
You know, traffic's really bad right now. What time's your flight? I'm like, I got plenty of time. I'm always going at least 2 hours early. It's not going to take more than fucking worst case an hour to get to the airport. And then they just continue to bitch. Like, we'll be sitting in traffic for a while, and then they'll like try to switch lanes and get cut off or something. They're like, oh man, this traffic is really bad. Dog, I know how bad the traffic is. It's fucking rush hour in Miami. You're the Uber driver who turned your fucking app on. Do your job. Don't complain to me about your job. That's like me talking to my client at work and going, you know what? I'm really busy. I don't like being busy. Stop giving me more work. You fucking signed up for it. You turned the app on. You picked me up. Do your goddamn job, dude.
But hey, it's not even his job. He just does it on the side for some extra cash.
Look,
Yeah.
They all say that.
They all, this isn't my full-time job. I'm actually a freelance writer for fucking People's
I know
Magazine.
you're really driving that Uber around to drop your dime bags off with your boys and picking people up in between.
Wow, JF, talk about profile.
Is that Brandon? Is Brandon an Uber driver?
Brandon's an Uber driver, bro.
Is an Uber driver. He sells files out the back.
So that's one thing that recently has pissed me off. But another thing on the same topic, I wrote this one down back when we were in fucking Philly. So the first podcast we talked about the Philly trip. I wrote this one down while we were down there. Do you remember the car that picked us up outside of the Brazilian steakhouse that we got into?
Not really.
The van.
I was fucking
Yeah.
That van.
Dude, so all I
That thing
have
wasn't registered.
is like old cars from Uber. That fucking van was from like probably when I was born. So it's from like the early 1990s, and it was a sliding door like Astro van, beat to fucking shit. Dude, your car doesn't it have to be like 5 years or newer when you're driving for
Something
Uber?
like that. Dude, I was gonna bring this up like when you went on that rant just now, and like I just feel like we have this conversation so many times like off this that I forget if we talk about it on here or not. But yeah, dude, like what are the standards just gone? Just Uber don't care anymore? Just whatever hoopty you got, come pick my ass up?
So we walk out of this expensive ass steakhouse, get in the hoopty, drive to the strippy, get out of the hoopty at the strippy, like fuck did we just roll up here in? And what did we get picked up in? Yeah, oh dude, it was bad. It was like squeaky.
The last like 10 Ubers I've gotten, you have to like push their fucking McDonald's bags out of the way and back to take a seat.
Fuck that, dude. You get a 1 star in that case.
And then everybody's like, oh, I get it. Like you see pictures on Instagram, people like get in their Uber where they have like a cooler with fresh bottles of water and like candy and shit. Like
that's why you got
really trying for that 5 star.
Yeah, where's that?
You gotta get you can't get the Uber X is just like the normal
the
cars?
Regular Uber. XL's the big one.
We need you gotta get the XL or black. That's when you get the fire cars, you get the fucking Skittles in the back seat.
It's so much more expensive though.
And maybe a girl in her panties. I don't know.
No.
Ooh, I don't think that's an option on my app. I've never seen that.
Uber XXX.
Yeah, we should start that.
Yo,
it'd be like the Bang Bus.
Patent pending. Nobody take that idea.
It'd be like the Bang Bus, but for Uber.
Put that on your list of business ventures that you haven't followed through with, like your Instagram account and everything else.
There's so many I have that I didn't write down. I forgot them. I'll remember.
Dude, you could take the Quickie bus to the honey hole.
But dude, okay, speaking of the Ubers we took that night, so on the way there we take the hoopty, and on the way back, what do we take? A car with puked out the side of it.
Oh,
dude, and
yeah.
I was so mad. I was so hammered. We were in the car. I'm like yelling at him, like, yo, you know you throw up? He clearly knew.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know.
So we either get in an Uber that's old and has puke in it, or we get in a new one that has puke on it. Like no avoiding the shittiness.
Dude, I drove Uber down in Philly. I picked up like maybe 5 to 10 people in my STI, and the whole time I was worried about that shit. Like, dude, because I'm picking up drunk people. I'm like, yo, if someone fucking pukes in my car, I would be furious. I don't understand how people deal with that.
Me neither.
I mean, I guess you get like a $200 charge on your account, but fuck that, man.
Uber life.
I like how they now charge you for like 20-some cents every minute you keep them waiting.
Really?
They do?
Like, how about you actually come to the spot? Yeah, because like we took never mind. We took an Uber when we were somewhere, and I was outside and I got in the car first, and all the other dudes I was with come outside, and it's like they're like eating. They like had like food that they were eating real quick, and I'm like, okay, we just gotta wait. They're eating. He's like, I don't get paid to wait. Like, suck a fucking dick, dude.
Bro,
like, give me
a real job.
Yeah, it's 3:00 on a Saturday night, and you're worried you gotta wait extra 10 seconds. I'm like, would you rather them eat in here? He's like, well, I guess you got a point. I'm like, yeah, so wait, they're wolfing down whatever the fuck they got. Like,
they're hammered.
Relax.
Hammer drunk. They'll be done in a second, bro. Chill.
Yeah, that kind of shit drives me nuts.
So last night I'm driving home, and on 662 I hit a deer.
You hit a deer?
In your new car.
Yeah.
How bad you hit it? How's that the first thing he said when you came
I was
in the door?
saving it for the knowledge pod.
Damn, this guy.
So
sandbagging.
So T-Sai, like on 662, well, obviously but where you make the left off of 662 to go to your house.
Yeah.
And then like going straight to go to my house, it's like you like crest the hill right there.
Yep.
Well, I was probably doing like 50.
In a 35,
Bro.
JF? 35?
And that's a really blind
up.
hill too.
Dude, I like you get a little airborne, and then when you land, your car sinks in.
You land on top of a fucking deer.
Deer.
Sparks out the back.
So I crest the hill. This is like 9 o'clock at night, so it's pitch black out. I crest the hill. My headlights hit the deer. He's stuck. It was a buck. He's stuck in the fence on the left side of the road.
Oh shit!
And as soon as I saw him, I hit the brakes, and when my headlights hit him, he like freaked out even more. Got unstuck, ran right back into the road. And dude, I was already sliding. Brakes were locked up, slid right into him. and the left quarter panel, the front of my bumper, like it's fucked up, but car's still drivable for now. But
Damn.
I was like, motherfucker. So when I finally stopped, I like opened my door, got out, and was gonna go see if the fucking deer was dead, laying in the middle of the road, and he ran off. He ran off. He got through the fence this time, but dude, there's no way he didn't like have a broken leg or like internal bleeding or something. I don't know how fucking tough deer are, but I hit him real good.
They're pretty fucking tough. I've seen some fucked up deer that are still alive.
It's pretty
Dude,
crazy.
and like the fucked up thing about it is like I feel like I made eye contact with the deer as he was smashing the front of my car. Like his head was looking at
He
me.
definitely didn't see you.
Well, he didn't see me, but I was looking into his soul.
Yeah, what'd you see?
I felt like a piece of shit. I felt bad for the deer.
Damn, JF, just dropping bombs on us here live.
Hey, at least you're
Fucking
alive.
that.
That's good.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to that.
Well,
To that.
We would have to find
Alive?
someone to replace you on the pod if you died.
Yeah, well, I didn't, so we're still here, but car's fucked up.
Well,
Thank God.
dude, every car down here in Miami is fucked up, and people just drive them like that. Like, no bumpers, fucking headlights dragging on the ground, taped up windows. Like,
I
what?
saw one when I was in South Carolina that the bumper was off the bottom and they just had duct tape from underneath the car up over the bumper onto the top of the trunk. Like just
Yeah, just
all the
holding
way
it on
across,
there.
just holding on there.
I don't think Florida requires vehicle inspections.
What?
Yeah, Google it. I'm
Really?
pretty sure.
not Googling.
I'm pretty sure Florida doesn't require inspections on vehicles.
You might be right. I mean, everything's
There
fucking
needs to be
backwards
some
down here.
form of inspection.
Hmm?
Was it the Wild West?
Google it. If you don't believe me, Google it.
I believe you.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna Google it.
But like the other day, there was like a 3 Series BMW, so like the shittiest BMW you could get, driving right outside my apartment with his exhaust just scraping on the road. So it was like cut at the mid pipe probably, and the back part was dragging like down in like a snow shovel, and it's loud as fuck, sparking everywhere. And I'm just like looking at the driver like, dog, how can you not hear that in your car? It's got to be vibrating the fuck out of your seat, and like. Fix it. I don't understand it. People just drive their cars super fucked up. I mean, I guess if you have to, you have to. But
Was he blaring Daddy Yankee too?
he might have been
Wow, man.
a little bit of gasolina.
Oh,
Wow.
fire!
What's wrong with that? What's
Yeah,
wrong with
dude.
gasolina?
Yeah,
I don't know. JF just getting a little stereotype in here.
Vehicle inspections in the United States. No inspection required. Florida.
Boom. That's not fucking stereotypical. There's a lot of people who listen to Latin music.
I listen to
down
Daddy
here.
Yankee.
Yeah, me too.
Para gasolina.
Oh my God.
What's the last song that he came out with? Fucking Daddy Yankee,
Gasolina.
dude.
God.
That's fire, Rhodes. You know this.
I'd thought of something to say and now I forget with all this gasolina talk. Jeez.
Taking you back to middle school.
Middle school dances, bro.
Oh, dude. I used to be a wild person at those middle school dances. Does
Me
does
too.
everyone in the country like have the same type of middle school dance experience? Is that just like our
Where-
area?
Where it's in the gym and the last song every time is Brian McKnight one.
Yeah. Like you just get dropped off. You're fucking, what are you, 12 years old?
Dude, you're
11,
dressed
12.
to the nines.
Oh, dude, I had my puka shell necklace on.
Hell yeah.
Dude, did you ever wear
Little
two
Hollister
polos with the
t-shirt.
collar popped?
No.
You know I
Never
did.
want-
Yeah.
Sign me up.
JF did last week.
Dude, Abercrombie and Fitch, bro, the double
Yeah,
collar.
Abercrombie and Fitch,
Whatever.
a little Hollister.
Dude, I used to wear
teenager.
Aeropostale when I was that young.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna offend anybody right now. Listen to this, hopefully not. But like, do you still see dudes like our age now that wear like Hollister out?
Yeah, kills
It's
me.
like,
Yes.
what are you doing,
And
bro?
I don't care if you take offense to it, but you look like a fucking tool, bro. It's
It makes
it's
me
2018. Find
It
something else
makes
to
me
wear.
And you're-
cringe.
And you're not in 8th grade anymore.
Yeah, dude. When I was like a freshman in high school, yeah, all right, I'm killing the game in my Hollister tee and Hollister pants and whatever the fuck. Now, dude,
remember-
it makes me cringe when I
Remember
see
the
it.
vlog where we went to Johnny and Hans with Dave and Rachel?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
And Dave was, yeah. Anyway, we went to Johnny and Hans, and there was this dude at the bar. He had to be like, I don't even want to say late 20s. I'm going to say like early to mid 30s, wearing fucking Aeropostale shirt with a backwards like fucking fox hat. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Bro, he's straight out of Wummelsdorf up there.
Yeah.
Dude, and it fit like he was wearing it for the past like 10 years. Like he bought it in middle school and is still wearing it. Like, ugh.
That's fire close.
Speaking of Dave, there's something I wanted to call Dave out.
I don't even know if he listens to this, but you can call him out.
If he does, Dave, I want you to listen to this and I want you to answer me. So he was in Texas this past weekend, long weekend, right?
Yep.
And I know like he always is supporting you and but tell me if I'm wrong. He was rocking your gear every day. And I know why he was wearing your gear every day. Do you want to know why I know why he was wearing it?
Why?
Because I'm guessing that a substantial
Guns.
portion of your subscribers live in Texas. I'm not willing to put a number on it, but I'd say a decent percentage.
Yeah, that's
And
absolutely
he probably
true.
figured, maybe someone that watches Talon's videos will recognize me if I'm running around wearing Talon Side merch, and then I'll get recognized, and then I'll go on Instagram Live and show everyone.
Yeah, that I could absolutely
guess,
see
and I want to
that.
ask him if he did that, because I would probably do the same thing.
Dave, if you're listening to this, let us know because I could see. Oh, so on that topic, he texted me like, when did he get there? Thursday? Friday?
I don't know. I have no idea.
He fucking texted me the one night like super late. I was fucked up, so it must have been Friday. And then he texted me in the morning. He's like, dude, so I was in an Uber and he was one of your subscribers. And I'm like, okay, how does that even get brought up in conversation? And he was like, well, I asked him what his interests were, and he said that he was guns. And then I told him that I have a friend that shoots a lot and asked him if he watches YouTube. And he was like, oh, like Sunday Gun Day. And he was like, yeah. And he just like, I don't know if he like wedged it into the conversation. But yeah, there's definitely subscribers of mine in Texas. So maybe he was on the hunt for them.
Me and JF had a drink with one the other night.
Yeah,
Were you there when
shout
I
out
called
to
him?
that guy. No, you said Rhodes was on the way.
Oh, yeah.
You guys,
Yeah, that guy was...
You guys run into more people than I fucking do.
And that was like totally random because I was going to meet a guy. His name's Bill, and we play paintball on the same paintball team because he's in town from Maryland doing work. He's like, yeah, it's me and my coworker, and I come in and they're at the Crown Plaza, which is where 001 took place.
Yep,
so if you haven't
first
watched
vlog.
that, but you're a new subscriber of Talon's, you should go watch that one. The OG Chronicles. And he's like, dude, when you walked in, I was like, that looks like JF. And then when you came over and said, what's up to Bill, and like, gave him a hug and whatnot, he's like, and you started talking, he's like, that sounds like JF, but I didn't say anything. And then when you like introduced yourself to me, he's like, that's fucking JF. Like, yeah, I guess small world.
International celebrity.
It's small world.
If he knows you, he definitely watches all the old videos, like you said.
Well, he knew Rhodes. He knew me. He's like, yo, what's up? He's like, where's Rhodes at? He lives around here, right? I'm like, yeah, I'll call him, see if he'll come out.
That's
I
dope.
was watching The Last Jedi. I paused The Last Jedi to go have a drink. That's how I'm dedicated to the brand,
Not a big Star Wars fan. Not a big Star Wars
This
guy.
new one was pretty dope. Can't lie.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars guy either.
I'm not. I mean, the old ones. I mean, I like them.
Yeah, like I watched all the old ones. We had remember Exploratory in middle school?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was like a film Exploratory. Exploratory is like this. It's just like some bullshit hour throughout the day where you go and like you
The last
do
period of the day.
Yeah, you just do something like that's like hobby related. So we watched all of the
Bullshit.
Star Wars and whatever that one was. Yeah, it was bullshit. But that's like the only time I ever watched them, and I was probably 10 or 11 years old. Haven't watched them since.
I like the new ones. Like I like all the movies. Like I think they're cool, but I don't like have a stormtrooper costume in my closet either. Like I'm not like that into it.
So, just like because we said exploratories in 7th grade, I was in the handwriting exploratory.
Handwriting, dude. I didn't even know that was an Exploratory.
Yeah,
Bro,
if
bro,
you were
so-
an idiot or had bad handwriting.
They put me in. I didn't even have a choice. Like, you're going in it. Like, Bitch,
So
anyways,
how's your
I can name
handwriting?
drop the teacher, right? Because
Yeah, they don't listen.
she's not even relevant. It was Mrs. Kirshner.
Ooh, how many beers?
That big dump. No, none. None.
How many beers for Mrs. Kirshner?
None.
I'd say
I'm not even drinking. I'm not even answering.
I'd say she might need to have one or two.
Wait, who is that? The art
giant dumper.
She had the big dumper that was like a tabletop.
Yeah,
What did
like
she teach?
Stuck fucking cardboard
English,
boxes in
7th
it.
grade English.
Dang it. I don't even know. I don't remember.
Speaking of her, well, I have two really funny. You want to talk about middle school tonight? I've got two really
Sure.
By the way,
dude.
my handwriting today is no better. And who actually like handwrites stuff now?
I try to as least as possible.
I do not. The only time I physically handwrite something is if I'm signing something.
I have two great middle school stories to tell.
Let's
Both
hear 'em.
involve large people falling. So Mrs. Kirshner, she had like little like those plastic things like for like to put papers on. Like
Tell
on
me
the
Mrs.
ground.
Coles is the second one.
No. Mrs. Kirshner,
Oh.
one day she stepped on one and just bit it so hard, and everybody started dying laughing, and she gave like half the room detention for laughing at her.
Of course.
But anyway, okay. So the other one,
That
we're
woman was the
in
devil.
6th grade. There's a girl who I feel bad. She was huge. It's like enormous in 6th grade. Like not only was she fat, she was pretty tall. So she was just a very, very big person.
She's like Shrek.
And in 6th grade, we had DARE. So drugs are cool, educate, whatever it stands for.
What is it?
Yeah, that's
Even
what-
a drug?
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway,
Drug and alcohol resistance education. I don't know.
Education, something. But this girl goes walking down the stairs, and the person who says this, you'll know. Well, as soon as I tell you, you're gonna laugh even harder. So the girl goes walking down the stairs to get her diploma, and she goes to walk up, and she trips over the microphone cord as she's walking up to the microphone. And our buddy Brad jumps up on the bleachers in the middle school and starts just shaking his hands and his whole body. He goes,
Oh my-
as loud as he can. He got in so much trouble, but it was one of the funniest things.
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
That's so fucked up.
Oh my god, it was hilarious.
that's a Brad move.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Oh, I'll never forget that.
Damn, dude.
That is pretty unforgettable.
Holy shit.
I think the only cool story I have from middle school, this is like such a goofy topic, but is gym class. Chewbacca was the gym teacher.
Yup.
Ty brought, I'm not even going to name drop, Ty.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're in gym class and we were playing floor hockey, and he was talking to some girl, I don't remember who it was, that he like had a crush on or whatever, and he was standing there. You know, in middle school we had to wear our stupid gym uniforms. I came up behind him and pantsed him completely, underwear and everything.
Like dick out.
While he's standing in front of her, flirting with her, and I was like, "Oh!" I didn't know. Obviously, I didn't mean to like make him be
That's
butt ass naked, but
hilarious.
it was pretty good.
Damn, dude.
That's like the best story I can remember.
I
Dude,
got a B in gym class one year for arguing with him too much. He used to throw me out of class all the time because I just yell. I'd bitch whenever because he always wanted the shitty team like to be better and like keep the game close.
I used to forget my gym
So
uniform,
mad.
and he always do the "I will not forget my gym uniform" like 200 times. That's
fuck
like
that, dude. In high school, me and Brett got kicked out of gym class with, who is it, Mr. Colonial?
Mr. Colonial was high school.
Yeah.
Clemson.
No,
And
it was
used to
high
go
school. So Brett, I think Brett listens to this. So if you're listening, Brett, shout out. We got kicked out of gym class like super early in the year because again we were playing floor hockey, and we weren't those kids who like just go hard at everything. We're not like trying to like fucking dominate everyone, but we were both pretty athletic. Brett still is compared to me. I'm a piece of shit now, but we were just like dicking around and like body checking people and shit, and he fucking kicked us out. He's like, don't come back for the rest of the year. And we're like, we won't. Write us, like, what are they called? Hall passes or whatever. Write us passes to study hall, and we'll go to study hall every time we have gym class. And he's like, all right. So for the rest of the year, it was almost like the entire year. Every day we had gym, we would walk into his office. He would write us a fucking pass, and we would go sit in study hall and talk to Jen and whoever else the fucking proctors were. It was good.
too strong.
What are you doing, JF? Are you making a drink?
Yeah, he just made us drinks. No, this is a pussy drink, JF. What are you doing?
Why? I was making a mess over here.
What a bitch. I don't think I have any alcohol in my apartment. It's probably for the better, actually.
Is there even alcohol in that?
I don't know.
Dog, this past weekend...
I spilled some.
This past weekend in Vegas was rough as fuck. I slept 4 hours the entire time I was out there.
TFTI, bro.
Dude, you can come whenever. You don't even come to Miami, though, so why would you come to Vegas?
I don't know. I don't know. I just would. Yeah, and I'm low-key mad when I watch these Vegas videos. All you're doing is talking about moving there. Like, great, cool. Guess they're not good enough.
Well, you guys aren't going to visit me there either, so fuck.
Wow.
I've been in Miami for how long now? January, February, March, April, 4 months.
Well, I had a PTO freeze for sure until the end of February.
You can come on a weekend. I came back home.
True.
I've gotten so like flexible with spending money for trips now that I've been doing it for a while. It's like, what's fucking $200 to $400 for a weekend in a place that you've never been? So I'm just like, that's why I've been going everywhere.
True.
It's always like you don't want to do it because traveling fucking sucks. Like, I hate flying and dealing with airlines and shit like that. But in the end, it's like, I mean, it also helps that I'm making videos. It makes the videos more interesting. But like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just something different. Not a lot of people do.
I saw a meme or a tweet or something the other day that said how like nothing makes you reevaluate your life more than a little bit of turbulence when you're flying. And then when you get off the plane safe and sound, you just throw all those changes you were going to make right out the fucking
Like I'm planted back on Mother Earth.
Dude, and like when I flew, I guess I'll say, like when I flew home from Myrtle, it was in like a little puddle jumper and we got a little turbulence and I'm just like, this fucking thing goes down. Like, damn, dude. I gotta reevaluate some shit. And then it didn't, so it's all Gucci.
Fucked up.
Is it fucked up that like whenever we're getting into there was bad turbulence over Texas on the way out there this time, I always grab my camera because I'm like, yo, if the plane splits in half like fucking Castaway, how dope would that be for the vlog?
And then you can vlog your time with Wilson.
Yeah, living on a fucking island with a volleyball, that'd be dope.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm thinking about flights, I had to put down some money for that, or more money for that Hawaii trip I'm going on. And we were talking this weekend. I was hanging out with the guys I'm going with. That's 13 hours in the air.
Yeah, you better like.
It's a long time.
Take a sleeping pill.
I better be taking something to knock my ass out. You better believe that. Good Lord.
Better believe that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine surviving a plane crash though? That would be nuts.
I don't even.
Then you really will evaluate your life, I think.
Yeah, well,
like if that bitch falls from 40,000, and I mean, not like a dead fall, and you survive, then you might actually follow through.
I'd be crossing my fingers. I landed on an island with a bunch of smokes, like in Wonder Woman. If you watch the movie, all them smokes rolling around out there. That's where I want to land.
I tell you, I would fucking probably quit my job as soon as I realized that I'm alive. I'd call my boss, be like, you know what? I was just in a plane crash, and I realized I don't enjoy sitting at a desk 9 to 5, so I'm gonna try to like make money doing other things. I'm gonna hit up Brandon for some dealer lessons and go after YouTube a bit harder.
Yeah, I thought you meant like if you landed on the island, the first thing you do is make a phone call when you survived. If your phone survived,
you never know. Well, I'm saying if there's turbulence, I grab my camera. When there's turbulence, I grab my camera because how many times you see incidents and like bad shit happen where people are recording on like a fucking like an old ass Nokia, like it's the shittiest quality ever. So imagine like a plane crash or a car crash with a fucking super high def like DSLR rig, like super crisp quality. That'd be fucking nuts, dude. It'd be so insane.
Dude, that is true though. Whenever you see people take like a picture of like when they're on like a train when it derails or like a bus crash or something crazy, it is. It's like they have like one of the first camera phones ever, like a Motorola Razr from 2004 that they're snapping vids on. Like, dude, I thought iPhones supposed to have the best cameras in the world now.
Even like the thing that happened however many months ago where the dude got like drug off the United flight, like that looked like it was filmed with a fucking potato. It was not good.
Yeah, it was so pixelated.
Yeah, like oh my god.
I'm going for the super high quality, good audio tragedy event filmer. That's going to be my new thing.
Yo, I saw your new setup. Looks dope. The actual picture quality looks dope.
It's just a lot more expensive.
Over under
10,000?
Yeah.
Oh, under 10 grand, dude. I'm not spending that much yet.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. No, I'm getting up there, but like, so my last setup was good, and I didn't think I was gonna upgrade it until I started getting more into photography and videography, and I realized how much better a full frame camera is. I don't want to fucking be nerdy and boring, but it's a dope fucking setup. I actually got a different lens since that video, and I'm gonna edit another video right after this. It looks fucking crispy. Looks dope.
I'm just wondering when you're gonna start filming with a red camera.
Dude, if I could afford one, I would honestly consider it. 100%. I would.
Dude, that's all bolt-ons.
Red camera.
Those are all bolt-ons, right? So you could just like have a base, and then as time goes on, just keep adding to it, right?
Dude, like
Yeah,
that picture
yeah, I could.
That picture you posted on Instagram, like, dude, that your studio, the angle you're at looks like you're ready to film a little casting couch action.
Dude, it's inflatable, but it's here.
Like, it looks like you're ready to start asking people about if this is their first adult video or not in that last Instagram post. Like,
and you know the quality that I'm filming in is going straight to 4K Brazzers. None of that fucking amateur Pornhub shit. Yo, did you get the Did you get the meme that I tagged you in of the drummer at the high school playing the Pornhub theme, dude?
Yeah. Yes, and that was hilarious. Like, shout out to that guy.
I want to set that as like my ringtone, or just like when I get a text, and then just see who in the area notices. It's like,
you'll know any dude dude between the ages like 20 and 40. Like, their ears will perk up. Like, they'll just be like what's the thing? Like, who was it? Pavlov's dog. Whenever they hear the bell, they know they're getting a treat. That'll be them. They hear that, like, oh my god.
Yeah, but it would be like super awkward because they're like, or dude, like it goes off at work and your boss is sitting next to you and he's like, "What? Whoa, that sounds so familiar. What is that from?"
Or
yeah,
does it and like
nice. Except she's busted.
Nice.
They still gotta get theirs too. I mean, whatever.
Nice.
I wonder what the ratio is of like guys to girls who, I mean, obviously guys watch more porn than girls do, but like,
I don't know if I believe that.
Out of 100 females, how many of them truly watch porn on like a regular basis?
Out of 100 on a regular basis? On a regular basis. What do you consider regular?
Like, I don't know, like at least once a week.
We're gonna have to run a poll.
We should run a poll.
I guarantee you it's like 95% of the listeners are dudes anyway. So
you know what the thing is too? Like,
all right, dudes, go ask your girls.
So here's a little sidebar about like our personal life and our friends. Like, if I would run a poll that asked everybody, ew, that's gross and you're a creep. Talon would run it. Every person we know would respond. We'd have a nice little conversation in the comments. Like, so I guess Talon, you got to run that poll.
Should I do it on Twitter? The thing is, if I do it on Twitter though, like you can't separate it to only females. So
do it on Instagram. Only girls respond.
That would be funny, but
guys, ask your girlfriends. We need a questionnaire for all the listeners that are guys to give their girlfriends, so we can get answers to all these questions.
Oh, dude, we could come up with some fucking good ones. How to shave a nutsack. We still didn't get an answer on that. The proper way to shave a nutsack.
I asked girls at work a question today. What the hell did I ask them?
Did you hand them a sex survey?
No. Oh my god, what did I ask them? Fuck. It was good too.
Their cup size?
No. It was like a general question. I forget what it was.
If their menstrual cycles sync from working together so much?
No. From the moon, and if bears can smell them. No, shit.
And if Mercury's in retrograde?
I'll have to try to remember it. Damn.
So dumb.
Mercury. Oh, can't say it on here, but I got to tell you guys something afterwards.
Oh, man.
Regarding something we've all, I think the three of us, Rhodes and I definitely had this conversation, or at least it came up in conversation. We had this. I'm going to spill the beans after this.
Can't wait.
You can't even give a hint. I feel bad for the listeners because they want to know.
Is it someone they ever would have met in a video?
Yes.
Oh, if it's about someone personal, then we'll save that.
Is it about How close are they to you?
Not.
Okay.
It's so hard to do this because we're obviously super close friends, and then like we can't help but talk about people that we know.
Dude, we had a conversation before we started this about like how I just want to put some people on blast on here,
Yeah.
but it's just like hard. Like you just can't do it.
I mean, the thing is, like, I don't talk about people behind their back unless it's something that I would legit like confront them about and say to their face.
Yeah.
Like what we were talking about
Like-
before this started. Like I would say something like that to that person. It's
Disclaimer: what I want to say isn't like it's not like anything negative or
Is
like
it
I
as
can't.
juicy as I think it's gonna be? Is my standards are up to?
What am I doing right now?
You're nodding yes. I'm very excited. I got a semi right now. I'm so excited.
I don't have like details,
Oh,
but you'll start getting
cool. Love
that.
it.
Mine will start.
Love it.
Those neurons will be firing in
Is
that
there
brain.
Is there anything better than when you hear something like juicy about people you know?
I love
Like,
it.
I just like knowing stuff. You
I
know?
mean, I mean, it's like human nature to be attracted towards drama and conflict. So like you get sucked in and you're like, I want to fucking know. Tell me more.
that's the thing. I don't even want to be involved in it. I just want to know about it. Like I just want
Yeah.
to hear it.
Just wanna
like,
be in the loop. Dog.
It's so weird though. Like, I'd never wish anything bad upon people, especially people I know. But like when you hear something juicy like that, you just gotta fucking know. Like it's kind of killing me right now because I really want to know what you have to say, but I don't know.
Like, there
it's
are
weird.
people at work sometimes like, yo, I got some juicy gossip for you. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, no, I'll tell you later. I'll call you. I'm like, no, you can't tee me up like that. Like that's like you jerking me all the way. And then when I'm about to go, you say, oh, no, never mind. And walk away. Like, no, like you gotta.
They're
complete
they're
it.
edging you, bro. They're edging you, getting that stamina up. Come on, Alex, you're not holding out long enough for me, so I'm gonna edge you tonight.
to the uneducated viewers, you got to let them know. You got to define edging for them.
So I don't know the full definition. Rhodes probably has the Webster Dictionary version.
No, I don't.
But anyway, so I believe edging would be like you get yourself to the point of no return in a sexual way, and then you just abruptly stop doing it and you hold it in, and that would be what edging is.
What do you hold it in? Like when you gotta pee? You hold it in? Like I don't know how you do that.
Like, what is that supposed to accomplish? Supposed to make you last longer? And
I guess it's supposed to make you last longer, and it's supposed to like train your brain to be in control.
When I hold it in, I just start thinking about random sports stats.
That doesn't work for
And
me.
let my mind go somewhere else.
When I'm fucking there, the rocket ship's going off.
imagine yourself in this situation. What if you get to that point, you're trying to edge, and you can't do it, so you just fucking pinch it closed? Would your dick fucking pop like a balloon, or what would happen?
There was some girl in middle school who used to tell everybody that's what douching meant.
What?
Yeah.
Holding your fucking splusion?
She was like, I douched my boyfriend last night. We're like, what? She's like, yeah, I just squeezed it real hard so nothing came out.
Who the
And then
fuck?
did he like
What?
donkey punch you?
Yeah, what? God. That
Oh,
I
man.
have another great story of someone not knowing what something means. Again, another like I just find it early in high school. A girl gave a dude a blowjob, and she just went up to his you know what went
And blew
and
on
literally
it.
blew air.
What if a chick put her fucking mouth on you and then blew like into the, what is it, your pee hole, your urethra, or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah, that's the scientific
Like sucker
word.
fished it.
That's the scientific word, the pee hole. Yeah,
Yeah,
right in your pee hole.
just blows up like a balloon.
Oh,
Oh.
God, we got way off topic again. How we always come back to sexual stuff.
I don't know.
Because we're humans.
It's funny.
We're sexual beings,
All right.
I think, right?
I could go completely off topic. I wrote something down this week that like had me wondering. So
Okay.
Fire it off.
Rhodes, you're kind of in like the hype beast game. Like you know what shoes are nice and all the different streetwear companies and shit like that. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't even know where I saw this. I was drunk. I wrote this down at a fucking club when I was in Vegas, but I must have saw someone wearing them or something. How do you feel about Nike Shocks? You remember those shoes?
Yeah, dude, they were fire back in the day. Like you weren't shit if you didn't have a pair.
Yeah,
of
they were
Shocks.
super fire, but now like I saw them, I'm like, yo, those are fucking lame as shit. Like those are like Skechers of the Nike world. They're bad. They don't look good.
But they're like one of those things trying to come back. Like,
are they still making them?
They started making them again, yeah. Like, and it's weird. Like, and I know like people who say they're like the most comfortable shoe they ever wore. Like, that's false. There's been so many things that have come up and more comfortable than that. But
anything with Boost in it is more comfortable than that.
Well, yeah, I know you. I finally got you converted to that wave, but yo, like all these like dad shoes now that are cool, like the chunky sneaker, whatever the hell.
I don't understand.
I don't care how cool people try to make that. I will never own a pair of those ever. Like, it's just terrible.
I don't understand.
They're kind of the same.
I don't understand the whole like this. It's not even like I don't even want to say this new wave of fashion, but like how everybody's trying to like wear all the retro 90s shit again, and like it's throwing random shit together.
I agree.
I don't understand it.
That's how everything goes. It's like every 20 years it cycles back around again.
I guess.
For real. That's how like fashion is. It just is everything cycles back, and I don't know.
I'm gonna go the Steve
and now
Jobs
like they're like all like these starter jackets are cool again. Like the big puffy like winter coats are cool again. Like that's all shit just coming back around from before.
There's some old stuff from the 90s that like I could pull off. I would never fucking like, I'm not considering myself like a hype beast, but like there's some streetwear type of stuff that I would wear. Like some Supreme comes out with stuff that I would probably wear. I would never buy it, but I think it looks.
You put me on blast on fucking Twitter because I bought a shirt.
I sent you a fucking gift.
Liked. There's a shirt I liked that I really wanted to get, and I didn't think I got it, so I was like on there. I was just pissed. So I bought a different shirt, and then like right after I bought the first one, I get the confirmation email that I got it and that they processed it, and then 25 minutes later, I get another email that the first one went through because like that shit sells out in like a minute. Mm-hmm. So like I didn't think I got it. It said like error and it kicked me out, and then it sent me the. So I got both the things I wanted, and it was just like, oh cool. Like I was hyped about it, like. Because you never get what you want on there ever. Like
Supreme.
Yeah.
Supreme.
Says the guy who has one of my stickers on his laptop.
Yeah, ooh. Dude, you gave it to me. You're like, put it on your laptop. Yeah, it's been there ever since.
Supreme.
I'm surprised no one has really like questioned that or like said anything about it. Like sitting in an airport or fucking even in a video.
I was gonna say I don't think that lifestyle is crossed with your target demographic in your video.
No. But like there's some people though who obviously know what it is. So like the video I filmed tonight, that my computer is sitting in the background and you can clearly see it. So I'm curious if anyone will say anything about it. Whatever. I mean, I don't hate on that lifestyle at all. Like it's your fucking money, spend it how you want. But like I just think it's like intriguing. It's interesting to see how many fucking like young kids will spend their parents' money to buy a fucking $45 white t-shirt just to try to resell it for $200. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. That's all those people that stand in line. How do you have money to do this? Oh, I get $2,000 a week in allowance.
And I didn't even do any chores.
Allowance, cool. Dude. I don't even remember getting like an allowance when I was a kid. Like obviously, if we're going to the Strand, like my mom would give me like $15 for the ticket and popcorn and whatever. But like,
and for your OTPHJ.
Yeah, I've had a job since I was fucking 15 years old. I was working at the golf course.
Me too. When I was little, I'd get $20 a week to go to the park with.
Oh, true. Yeah, dude. I used to get money for the park for like lunch and the pool and shit.
Yep.
Dude, I would spend the money I was given on frozen Zero bars.
Yes. Me and my sister were just talking about this weekend. How she'd like at Easter, she was saying how like she'd ration her money out, and I'd go to the pool and my money would be all gone by like Tuesday because I'd buy 2 slices of pizza, a frozen Zero bar, just ball out.
Mm. Dude, I miss it. I'm fucking going to the pool.
All right, you're at the pool. You're at the Shoey pool in the middle of summer. You're getting there right when they open. Go to the concession stand. What's the first thing that you get? You can only have one thing.
I'm going to the concession stand.
Yeah, what are you getting?
Ooh, it's a toss-up between a frozen Zero bar or the sour watermelon gummies.
Ooh, dude, those were fire. Those were so fire.
I still get those sour watermelons.
I agree with the Zero bar, the frozen Zero bar, or I would get like a handful of the gummy Krabby Patties.
Oh, you like those things?
Yeah, I love those.
They're
things.
like
Those
chalky
so
and
good.
those. I wasn't a fan of those.
I love those.
I would get the what the fuck were they called? The long like cowtails? Is that what they were?
Cowtails.
Those were fire. I mainly would get those just so I could like whip people with it.
My two go-tos were either if I'm going something cold, gotta be a Chipwich, dude. Chipwiches were so
Chipwich.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Solid choice.
And then if I'm going candy, it was either Swedish Fish or the fucking like 2-foot long pixie sticks, which was just straight sugar in a fucking tube.
With sugar.
Dude, what about the swimming dances?
Yeah, playing grease watermelon.
Over the 3-foot on the stairs, like with your lady.
Yo, we gotta
Like
talk
touch
about how
her
dangerous
kneecap.
that was. How dangerous grease watermelon was. So we had these things. It was like
play that game. What was that? Gator we used to play too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
greased
yeah.
watermelon was like legit. We could have died.
I thought I almost did a couple times. So grease watermelon, if you don't know, it's this game where we're at the public pool. It's at night, so it's just like the lights at the pool, in the pool, everything's lit up blue and everything. We take a melon and grease the fuck out of it with Vaseline, so it's super slippery, and then we would throw it into the 12-foot end. So it's like, I don't know how long across that is, but it's like a big fucking part of the pool, all 12 feet, can't stand it all. And then it was basically like water polo. You had to get the grease watermelon to the opposite side of the pool and then lift it up and like put it up on the edge of the pool to score a point or whatever. And I was always the fucking like scrawny motherfucker who was, I mean, I'm obviously a lot younger than all of my friends too. So I remember Richie almost drowning me playing that game, like real close to drowning. I'm like swallowing water. You come up and I'm just like fucking puking like off out of the side of the pool. Just that shit was dangerous as fuck.
That game was dangerous. Game was dangerous.
Fun stuff. Fun times.
Used to rip up the skate park before the swimming dance when all the ladies were walking in.
Skate
Be
park
like,
wasn't really there. We still just had the tennis court by the time I was done at the pool.
nah. You
Oh,
were
I
still
used to
on the
shred
pool.
at the fucking skate park, dude. I think it was still there.
I remember playing asshole at the picnic table like, for hours, just sitting
Yep.
there.
We'd play spoons too. That was good.
Yeah, spoons.
Spoons.
Yeah, did we ever tell that story
No.
on air anywhere?
Should I say that? I guess I can.
Where we played spoons at my house?
And the cops came.
All right, so I
Blatantly
started
said
playing.
we weren't.
I started playing this game in college. My friend, I went to Penn State University, main campus. A friend of mine lived on the corner of like the two busiest streets in town. So cars would turn the corner. It wasn't a stop sign. They would just turn the corner, come down the hill past his house, and then make a turn right to get on the highway. So there's like nowhere for cars to stop. So that he came up with this game. Shout out to Mike if you're listening. Probably not, but we would take his spoons, silverware, out of his drawer, bend them in half, and throw them into the street. And we would sit out on his front yard and just drink. And then every time a car would hit a spoon, it like flies up in the air and makes a bunch of noise and like bounces down the road. And then everyone would go, "Spoons!" and drink their drink. And then if anything like an ambulance or a cop car hit it, you would have to like drink for longer, like 5 or 10 seconds or something like that. So what was it, like a year or two ago? We got fucked up at Rhodes' house and decided to play on a 4-lane highway. We really didn't think that through.
Right out front.
Not good. You can explain the rest of the story.
So we're throwing the spoons out. And
Loud as
I'm
fuck.
Ham. We're all pretty drunk.
And we
But I
have them
was-
spread across
yeah,
all
I was
4
pretty
lanes.
Whenever like I'd grab them and I'd run out and I would run onto the highway, throw them on the right lanes, and then run back in the yard. So we're playing and we're having a good time, and we're all sitting out front. And then we're playing for what, probably a half hour, an hour, and a cop pulls up to my house, and he comes up and talks. He's like, I'm getting a call from people around here saying, people here are throwing something in the street, and then cars are running over, and then they yell. And I say,
We're like,
"Officer,
no."
Do you realize how crazy that sounds? Like,
You
throwing
sound
metals in the street. We're yelling when they run it over. He's like, all right, let me see who lives here. I was like, me. He's like, let me see your ID. So I run in, get my ID, show it to him. At this time, I'm like 27, and he looks at it like I guess he was trying to figure out like if we were like 21 and acting stupid. He's like, oh, All right, well, have a good night.
Spoons.
So we all sit back down. He drives around the back and goes to pull back out on the highway. And as he pulls back out on the highway, what does he run over? A fucking spoon.
And it was a good one. It like hit his front tire and bounced up into his undercarriage. It was loud as fuck, dude. He had to hear it.
We just turned around and ran back in the house.
We all literally ran in.
I was just screaming for like 5 minutes after that. I couldn't believe that.
Like, you couldn't make that up. And he came because we were throwing spoons in the street, and when he leaves, he fucking runs one over. Like, that's something that happens in a movie.
If that toothless meth addict across the street wouldn't have been calling the cops on us, we would have had a good night.
Yeah, no, that was reckless. I was like running out on the highway, like laying them perfectly in the lanes to try to optimize the amount of cars that would.
We were
yeah, it was not good.
Because we were sitting there forever and they weren't running them over. I was like, fuck this. So I put it like right where a car would, like right where the tires would go. Like, we're getting some now.
Dude, looking like we're just reminiscing on the old days. We did some fucked up stuff. Like, not only like ding dong ditching and like steal. Remember, we were like stealing gnomes for a long time, like lawn
stole gnomes, stole golf carts, and
dude,
tore up golf courses.
I remember some. I don't think I've ever done it, but I'm sure you did. People went egging cars like on 78 and like with paintball guns and shit like that.
Dude, we used to shoot cars with paintball guns on 78.
I want to say,
I'm not going to say who I did it with.
I know who you did it with.
But yeah, man.
I remember the one time, this is your story, but the tractor trailer truck was coming past that person's house and you lit up the side of it with a paintball gun in the trees.
Yeah, hiding in the trees.
And it just stopped in its tracks. And dude, oh man.
So now that we're talking about like reminiscing and talking about stupid shit, I might have been like, fuck, dude, I don't know, like 12, 13 years old maybe. And this is when we lived in Shuey, but I would still go with my parents to work at night because I would hang out with people that lived near the Westie that were older, like even older than you, like Joel.
Oh, yeah.
Like lived up there. Brandon, I don't want to say his last name, but lived up. He's got other Brian's his brother.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so we would get together, and it was the winter time, and we went down. You know when you leave the Westie, you go under the bridge where the train tracks are? Well, we were down there, and we were snowballing cars.
Ooh. You can go to jail for that.
So we're snowballing cars, and one of the cars we snowballed was my dad. And I was waiting for my mom to be ready to go. So obviously I wasn't going with him, and he left already. So we snowballed his truck. Didn't realize it was him. He hits.
I didn't know it was your dad's truck.
Dude, it was dark out. Like we didn't have binoculars looking at the car when they're coming down the street. It's like, yo, car's coming, bang bang, hit it up. He slams on the brakes. So we run down the railroad tracks. It's snowing out, like fresh snow. And being dumb and young, of course, the snow tracks follow us basically right back to Joel's house. Yeah. So my dad follows the tracks, gets the cops involved, and then finds out I was part of it. Just fucking stupid shit.
That's
you live
and you learn. You live, you learn, man.
That's innocent. It's like these people who drop sheets of ice off the bridges on the interstate onto cars windshields and shit. That's fun.
Yeah, people went to jail recently for that.
Oh,
dude.
I was throwing
right, that's enough illegal stuff on the podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a couple of illegal stories I could tell, but I decided not to.
Yeah, we'll save those for something else. I don't know.
Look, I'm never gonna run for president. I don't care what's out there.
I'm gonna 2028.
I hope so.
We can save those stories for the meetup down here in Miami. Should we officially announce a day for that?
We should wait.
All right. Well, I'm gonna announce it here on the podcast anyway. So let's say, what do you want to do? Friday or Saturday when you guys are here?
Probably
it's up to you.
Saturday would probably be the best, right?
All right. Saturday, June 9th. Mark your calendars. Be in Miami or be square, because we're gonna be doing some fun shit, vlogging and drinking and partying, going to the beach, pool, whatever. It's gonna be a good time.
I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna pop a little blue pill and just be popping boners at all the butts everywhere.
Yeah, you don't need a pill for that.
Butts,
Well, you're getting kind of old, so maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Saturday would be good.
I'll be a year closer to 30 by then.
God
Same.
damn. Same. I mean, we'll
I'll
all be
be-
a year closer to 30.
28.
I'll be
The
29.
weekend before I get to Miami.
God damn. All right, well, we're at an hour, and I got shit to do. I gotta edit this video and put this podcast up. So, JF, where can they find you?
You know where you can find me. JAYEFFF on the Instagram. I don't do the Twitter. Instagram's my favorite.
Keep
Hit me up
shouting
there.
the dumpums.
Hit me with the dumpums. DM me. I answer back. Keep me entertained.
Rhodes.
ARoads27 on Twitter. AMRoads27 on Instagram. People have been throwing sups at me in my DMs and to my Instagram stories.
Really?
It's coming from the wrong gender. Still,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then follow the Dropping Knowledge podcast, Dropping Knowledge Pod on Instagram, official DK Pod on Twitter, and then we're currently posting to YouTube and SoundCloud. You're listening to it on one of those, obviously. Everyone keeps asking, "Yo, when are you putting it on iTunes?" We're not going to do it until it grows because it actually takes a lot to do this. I'll show you guys what it takes to do all this once you come down, but we'll get there eventually as long as this thing keeps growing. Right. Okay.
Right.
All right. I'm going to sign off,
So-
and then we're going to listen to JF's story. It's probably going to be good. That's why I'm really ending the podcast.
Well, it's I don't have a story. I just have some news.
All right, you got some news.
We just want to hear the story.
I just have some news.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week. Peace.
Love you guys. See ya.